What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American, here today to react and continue learning about why Norwegians are so good at skiing. Part 2. If you have not seen Part 1, feel free to go check that out or stay here in Part 2. That's perfectly fine as well. But in Part 1, I started learning about why Norway is so dominant in skiing and just winter sports in general. And I am starting to get some answers. In part 1, I learned about how skiing in Norway is such a huge part of Norwegian history and therefore Norwegian culture. And now, in the modern day, Norwegians are just introduced to skiing at a very, very young age. It's amazing. Way, way younger than any Americans are introduced to skiing ever. And there's a lot more opportunity in Norway to ski. There's a lot more equipment and mountains and facilities that are really helpful in getting skiing practice. It's just way more available in Norway. So I'm really interested in continuing this video here, which is doing a great job explaining to me why Norway is so good at skiing. So let's take a look.
Hvordan det å fly med sånne store avstand og gjennom luftene?
Oh, at the end of part 1, we were looking at this long jump, like skiing long jump. It's absolutely insane. Like, this is a perfect example. The fact that Norway even has this kind of equipment, this kind of long jump for skiing, the fact that this is available is very special. And really, you have to be somewhere like Norway to even do this, to even practice this. This doesn't exist in America. Maybe somewhere in America, maybe one. I don't even know. But yeah, so we're talking about the skiing long jump here.
Det et kick, og vi ser det på og nyter det I de sekundene det varer, og du føler deg som en, det kanskje ikke Gud, det kanskje ikke helt riktig, men du føler deg veldig, veldig stor da.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, this is insane, the skiing jump, like how long you're in the air. You must feel like you're flying, like a god or something, like he said, right?
Det
Det ikke rett?
Nei, vi starter det små, og så blir farta og lengdene blir større og større, fra 10 meter og så 20 og oppover. Til slutt så det opp på 130 når vi har blitt en del år eldre.
Wow. How old was he when he started? Yes. This is one of the scariest sports I've ever seen. Like, if you mess up, you're falling, like, such a long distance. This would be very scary to me. He said you kind of start small and get bigger, which makes sense, but how old was he when he started?
Og hvor gammel var de når de begynte det?
Jeg var 6 år da jeg begynte.
Aha. Og da hoppet du 1
Startet sikkert å hoppe 3 meter første uka, og så uke 2, så kanskje 6, og så ble det lengre.
6 years old. That explains a lot to me. Like, how are Norwegians so good at all the winter sports, all the skiing disciplines? Start young, 6 years old. Ski jumping, that's amazing. I did not know they started that young.
Det fantastisk. Jeg litt sjalu. Tusen takk.
Wow.
There are many ski races in Norway, and some have 10,000 ski-loving Norwegians skiing through the mountains, the forests, and even the towns.
I've never seen a sport with such a sense of community, national community, like 10,000 Norwegians, which Norway is a pretty small country, small population. 10,000 is a lot of people all bonding around skiing.
Everyone has their own personal goal. Some want to have a nice, relaxed ski trip, some dip, and some to participate in competitions.
Yes.
Because country skiing is a sport for which you need the most condition of all sports.
All sports? All sports. Not just skiing. This is the, like, most endurance of all sports. How far is cross-country skiing? Is this, like, better cardio than an Olympic, like a marathon runner, even harder than that.
History made national ski heroes, which made skiing a national sport as popular as football in many countries.
Wow.
Therefore, a Norwegian skier is extremely dedicated and have an expression called the 24 hours athletes. And when there is a cross-country race, then about half of the Norwegian population follows it.
What? I have never heard of a country with so much of the majority of Norwegians follow one single sport, skiing. Cross-country skiing, it's a good thing Norwegians must have patience, because cross-country skiing, that like takes a while, right? That could go on for hours, right? And you actually watch that, or at least keep up to date with it as it's going on, I think. Half of Norwegians. That's unbelievable.
To see top sport people is like seeing tigers moving. Their back is like elastic, the muscles are steel. Well, they pass with incredible speed.
Wow.
This national sport culture has created so many skiing superstars that other countries only can admire this.
Yeah, I've never heard of a skiing superstar. I actually don't even know the name of any skiers, which is it's the difference between American and Norwegian culture. I know football players and baseball players and golfers. Norwegians know and admire skiers. You can actually be famous in Norway as a cross-country skier. That's amazing.
People compete against each other, growing stronger before they ever reach the international level.
Right.
The Norwegian organization for the Olympic Games based their knowledge on constant comparing results between the different sports from all over the world and testing these results. After this, they implement this in the training for the top athletes.
Wow, so Norwegian training is like top of the line, some of the best in the world. Because it's not enough that Norway has like a history of skiing. That doesn't mean you're gonna be the best, just because you like skiing and you have a skiing culture. Norway has a small population and yet dominates the world in skiing and some other winter sports. That must have to do with the caliber of the training in Norway and how serious Norway takes it. The first part, in part one, they were talking about how skiing in Norway, at first, it's about fun. It's about learning to love the sport and enjoy it. And then I think later, if you're one of the best in the world, then it becomes like, okay, no matter how much you love the sport, you have to train your butt off to be the best. You know?
It's not strange that in this country, the birthplace of modern skiing, they win a lot of winter sports.
Yeah.
But the Norwegians are just so dominating. This country is a medal powerhouse.
Wow.
Of course, have there been periods the last 100 years that the Norwegians won less and some periods more. But the fact is that...
Oh, here we go. Okay, so how much has Norway won in the last 100 years? I'm very interested.
In the Winter Olympics, the last 100 years, won. Number one, Norway, with a population of 5.5 million, 405 medals.
Wow. No kidding. So Norway is literally number one. I don't know how old this data is, but at this time, Norway is literally number one. 405 Winter Olympic medals. Norway is just the best at the Winter Olympics. That's what I'm getting here. It's no exaggeration, it's a fact. Norway is just the best. And with only 5.5 million people, that's the extraordinary part. Number two is the United States. Hey, okay. I'll take number two to Norway. Okay. But we have 330 million people, and we have way less success. That's unbelievable.
Number two, the US, with 330 million inhabitants, won 330 medals.
Wow.
That means that the US won per 1 million inhabitants 1 medal. And Norway won per 1 million inhabitants 74 medals. And
Okay, so Norway won 74 times more medals per million people. Per million people, 74 times the amount of medals as the United States. Pretty insane. The average Norwegian is pretty insane at skiing, basically.
And the athletes who won the most medals the last 100 years in the Winter Olympics are alpine skiing, Kjetil André Aamodt.
Oh, okay. Are these... Oh, this is great. Okay. I was hoping this video would get into the modern day of Norwegian skiing. The beginning, part 1 was like more about the history and culture of skiing in Norway. Part 2 here is more about the training and the Olympics and the success and the modern day Norwegian skiing. These are famous Norwegian skiers that I've probably never heard of.
100 years in the Winter Olympics are alpine skiing, Kjetil André Aamodt.
Kjetil André.
Cross-country woman, Marit Bjørgen.
Okay.
Cross-country man, Bjørn Dæhlie.
Okay.
Biathlon, Ole Einar Bjørndalen.
Oh, wait, hold on. This is a biathlon. Man, there's a lot of interesting skiing disciplines. A lot of different ways to ski. This is skiing, and you also, like, shoot a target, right? That's insane. What a combination of skills. That's so cool.
Biathlon, Ole Einar Bjørndalen.
Cool.
So how do they do it?
How do you do it?
Well, many countries see a sport as something that requires perseverance, self-denial, hard work,
yes,
sacrifice,
yes,
dedication, and respect for authority. See the Norwegian sport as fun.
Fun.
This must always be the fundamental drive, because that's when you do best.
Fun. Fun. That's the secret. That's the secret to Norway's skiing dominance. Fun. I mean, it makes so much sense because that's how you succeed at anything in life. If you're passionate about it, if you're having fun, you're going to want to just continue doing it because you love it. And I think Norway has done such an incredible job emphasizing fun when skiing. And if you're having fun, that's all that matters. And some people will become okay, some will be better than others, and some will be elite Olympic athletes. But everyone's having fun. I think that's something that we really need to focus on more here in the United States. With our sports, it's taken so seriously. It's not about fun. It's about winning. Now, I think Norway likes to win. I think Norway enjoys winning and dominating, but they also emphasize fun. And that's the key. That's the secret, huh? Okay.
Start young and have positive experiences.
Yeah.
Then you often participate lifelong in the sport.
Yeah.
The social factors given to the athletes by their trainers and parents are very important.
Right.
It's a lot of hard work, fun, and dedication. Is being serious with a smile.
Being serious with a smile. Perfect. Being serious with a smile. That's how you do it.
So will Norway the next 100 years again completely dominate the winter sports?
Probably.
If you like this.
Wow. That was so much fun. I knew Norway was known for skiing. Norway is known for success in skiing, Winter Olympics, winter sports. But this video really explained why that is, because it doesn't make any sense to Americans and I think a lot of the world. How can Norway be so small and so darn good? Have all the best skiers all in Norway? This really explained that. I enjoyed this so much. This was by Talking Clouds, and I got to give this video a like, because that was great. Again, it was like the history, then that explains why it's so popular in Norway, And also, the key aspect is Norway has realized to be good at something, to be the best, you need to have a love for it. That's the key. That Norway has an incredible way of connecting with nature and making it like a social, fun event. And you learn and introducing skiing at a very, very young age. All of those things combined, and also some of the best facilities and training in the world. All of that combined explains it, explains why Norway is so good at skiing. I think I finally understand. This was great. I love this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment, perhaps with your thoughts on skiing in Norway and why and skiing culture in Norway, why skiing is so why Norwegians are so freaking good at skiing. That'd be very fun to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway and Norwegian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.